Hi everyone, it's Meet Them Mondays. Bonnie, Hannah Kramer, PeeWee. Make sure to tune into joeradio.org if you want to hear the audio, or runfreerates.com after. Like if you want to hear the audio really good. If not, just tune in, sit tight, get a snack, and just watch the store thing. Wait, you guys, give me your hand, Bunny.
Oh my god, yes, I love this.
We're gonna have a good show, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, let's go live on the Soundwave.
Maybe my car.
Peace world, welcome to Meet Them Mondays, a show about community, culture, and lifestyle in Miami. I'm your host, Cristian Portilla, and I'm here with Bonnie Beats, DJ Kramer, and DJ PeeWee, the women of Miami Soundwave, Miami's female DJ collective. How you girls doing?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Are you serious? Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. So before we get into tonight's show, I want to share with you all some things I've been up to. So yesterday I wrote a piece for Art Burst. It's a local art publication, internet publication, on a pop-up series called Wake Up Miami. And the organization behind it is called Paxi. And basically, the founders are two women, Maldi Valero and Yaima Bello. And they basically put on like live dance, theater, music performances at different like metro stations here in Miami. So their new spring series is happening in Coral Gables in April. So if you happen to be taking the University Station train on Monday mornings, you'll be greeted with a live performance on your morning commute. So I thought that was really interesting, and it really incentivizes people to take public transportation in Miami because that's not really a thing out here.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow, Tuesday, you could tune into my IG at Room Free Rights for a chat with me and Arizona journalist Carmen Marquez. She hosts a thing called Talking Latino, where she'll be interviewing me on my career, my story, and Meet Them Mondays. So that's tomorrow, 9 p.m. our time. And then also last Monday, I was at Miami Underground Radio with Andrea Mavares of Girl Talk Radio. And she had me on her show to share my story in journalism and Meet Them Mondays. But that conversation with her and her hosting me really made me appreciate the spirit of collaboration versus competition, because she hosts her show on Mondays at 7 p.m. just like I do, but it didn't stop her from having me on her show and actually telling people about what I do and telling them to tune in to Meet Them Mondays. And when I started thinking about that, it really brought me to what you all three do in Miami Soundwave and how you three have come together as a women collective, right? So again, like collaboration versus competition. So let's go around and have you all introduce yourselves, where you're from, what each of your roles are in Miami Soundwave. And Bonnie, we could start with you.
Ooh, starting with me. Okay, so I'm Bonnie. Role in Soundwave. I'm one of the DJs, and my focus is more dance, but honestly, we all share the same role. What was the question again?
Don't do that to me. Nah, you're not allowed to do that.
What do you mean I'm not allowed to do that?
No, like, what's your role? Like, what do you do, like, in the operations? Are you, like, do you schedule things? Like, do you keep the girls on track? Like, do they keep, like, what is your role? And also, like, what is your forte? Like, what do you bring to Miami Soundwave?
That's a very good question.
So don't forget it.
Creativity. Hannah, what are you?
A lot of the visuals. You bring a lot of like the dope aesthetic and stuff like that because she has like a really good eye.
Mm-hmm.
But so does Hannah though.
Yeah, I'm totally out of that. Like when we do flyers and stuff, I'm like, you guys pick.
I'm just like, yeah, just put glitter text on it. And Bonnie's like, no. And then she like comes up with something that's like a million times better.
Yep, for
like,
sure.
She's just like really clean with like a lot of the visuals and just overall, like operations of event planning and like logistics and stuff like that.
And what about you, Hannah? Like, what do you say? Like, what's your sound like? What do you bring?
I'm open format, but just a lot of fun Miami flavor, stuff like that. Like a lot of southern stuff. I really like everything, I really like freestyle music and stuff. So that's like a major thing for me, and like break beats, which I want to get into more. But just overall, like a lot of like more southern influence stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And like when in terms of like your role with Miami Soundwave, like what do you put out fires? Like do you bring ideas?
I feel like we're always like off.
It's so
Everybody
weird,
wears all
I
the
don't
hats.
think I don't think anybody really has like a role. Like
we're really
you're
like a
this, you're that.
family.
Yeah.
Like we're really just like a family who's like one person's like, oh, like you're good at this, I do this. Like we all have that. And of course, aside from the three of us, like we have a team who's like amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, like I'm a family too with my wife, but like I'm definitely the cleaning lady and she's like the cooking person, so that's like my role.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I'm at. Like, you know, like each one has like a forte, you know what I'm saying? Or like how you said, like I'm not more into like the flyers, but this is what like I like to do. So that's kind of it. What about you, P?
So within Miami Soundwave, I guess I'm more of like the hip hop. Can we agree on that,
Yeah.
right? Like we don't. It's weird because we don't really like establish like you're this, you're that, whatever. But it's just what it is now. So I'm more of like the hip hop feel, even though technically I'm an open format DJ.
Yeah.
But I guess my role, I don't even know. Like I
no,
can't.
it's fine. Maybe
It's
there
weird.
are no rules. Maybe we just all like.
It's
We just like literally all
So-
flow so well together. I think that like we don't even have to determine like what people got to do. Like it just gets done. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like, we all know.
It's like
what we
everything
can
that
do.
we're best at, it just comes out so fluid, you
That's
know?
so
like
cool.
and it's not like delegated tasks like, oh, you know, you're that person. It just flows.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
All right, cool. So how did you all three meet? How did this all come together?
It's so funny. Go ahead.
You want me to tell?
Yeah.
Well, so
Hannah's gonna tell us.
I guess Soundwave is a part of FDF, and FDF is a record label out in Wynwood. And it started off as just with an amazing guy, I guess the president of Soundwave, I guess you
He's
could say.
Charlie of Charlie's Angels. That's what I tell
that's
everybody.
literally
I also call
what
him
he is.
Dad, so.
Yeah, he's literally like, bro, he's really the best. So he put together this record label of rap artists out of like Liberty City and Overtown mainly. And at first, like we were doing these shows, and he was like, "Damn, like how could we offset like the like masculine side of this? Because it's all of it was like very very like like masculine."
Okay.
And then they were like, "We want like to have female DJs." So I started DJing for the label, and then he was like, "I want like more of this. Like how can we do this like bigger?" So he like came up with the idea of Soundwave, brought these two awesome girls together, and we all clicked like off rip. And since then we've been working.
So you all met through him?
Through him,
So,
yeah.
Okay.
so it's crazy how the universe works, right?
Yeah.
So the day I met Bernard, Charlie of Charlie's Angels,
Okay.
was the first time I DJed with both of them. I ended up DJing
Oh
with
my God,
on the
yeah,
same
that's
day.
crazy.
It was during Art Basel of 2017,
2 years ago.
right? 17?
Yeah.
So 17, I had 3 gigs in a day. So my first gig was with Bonnie. Like it was like an all-girl event. Bonnie was the DJ before me. Then I get on. So that's our like, how we met. And then with Kramer right after, and then I met Bernard, or it was with Bernard. I don't know.
No, I think we were at like the Art of Bay thing. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, I met everybody that same day, and then later he put us all together, and it's like just crazy how the universe works. Like now we're here, and this is my family now. You know what I mean? So it's cool. Like girls that I'd never met or never knew before, like end up being so close to me.
You know what's funny? Because I was just telling Andrea Mavares, the girl that had me on Girl Talk Radio, who also is like me, a woman in media, Latina as well, a woman in radio. And I'm like, how have we never met in Miami? She was born and raised here in Miami, like me. And she's also a Gemini. Like, we just have so many things in common. Like, I don't, So, like, Miami kind of, like, functions in, like, silos. Like, it's a small, big city. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, you're like, how have I not met these people sooner?
Yeah.
So, it was cool that doing that brought you all together. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that you guys all, like, vibe with each other and share each other's, like, creativity. So, like, the name Miami Soundwave, like,
You see, I didn't pick that name.
That's Kramer. That's Kramer. I remember.
Yeah.
Was that me?
That
I
was
don't
you.
remember.
I remember your logo concept and everything. And of course, I was like,
Oh, I remember.
I
That.
stay out of all that.
They were
I'm
just
like-
like, "Yo, come up with something quick." So I picked this Transformer that's name is Soundwave from like the Transformers cartoon,
okay.
and I was like, "Let's rock with it." And then I guess it kind of stuck.
yeah.
Like it was
that it.
literally just for a SoundCloud post.
Okay.
Like it was supposed to be like our weekly mix that we're gonna, or our monthly mix that we're gonna put out, or weekly whatever. And I guess it just like grew to be like the entire brand.
So what I was gonna say was with the name, you obviously put Miami Soundwave. So I feel like when I hear that, you're really putting on for the city because you're claiming our city in your name. Like you want people
100%.
to know that you're from Miami and that you know, it's a sound from Miami, it's a Soundwave from Miami. So why was it important, or why is it important to you to like represent our city when you're out here, like, you know, doing your sets and stuff like that?
Personally,
Yeah.
I'll speak on a personal note. For me, I feel like Miami just doesn't have the collective feel as far as for women. Like, everybody, I'm gonna just be blunt.
Yes, please.
Women are haters, and everybody's competitive, especially in the DJ world. It's not like, you know, come on, girl, let's make it happen. So, like, that's really why we wanted to come together and rep Miami, because to change the paradigm, you know, like, it's just a paradigm shift. Like, we got to just make it different. Because in other cities, like in Atlanta, I know Bay Worldwide, they're a collective, and they're just more, you know, unified as far as, like, DJs, you know, female DJs. But it was something that was new to Miami, so we felt like that was important.
Yeah, for sure. Does anybody else want to add to that? Have you guys felt?
I mean, yeah, I think the city has so much flavor. We're so blessed to live in such a beautiful city that,
For
like,
sure.
literally nobody else has the experiences that we get to have. Even in New York, where it's still equally
live where you
or even
vacation.
more diverse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hashtag I live where you vacation. But, like, for real, like, we have just such a beautiful sound and such vibrant colors to the city that, like, why wouldn't I want to rep it? Like, I wouldn't want to be from anywhere
100%.
else, and I wouldn't want to put anything else on.
For sure.
Everybody wants to be from the South, and we're from the South, and we're even from better than the South, because we're, like, half Caribbean at that, so.
Yeah, where you said you're Colombian, no? Hannah?
Yeah.
Kramer?
Are you fully Colombian?
Yeah, I mean, my dad's Russian, but I don't know him, so.
That's why you're
It doesn't
crazy.
That's
Oh
what
my
mom's-
god.
And PeeWee, you're Colombian too?
Colombian, Puerto Rican.
Colombian, Puerto Rican.
Where are you from?
Yeah, Bonnie. Me?
Yeah.
Colombiana.
Oh
Hey, paisa?
Yeah.
Sí.
Hey,
Pero
yeah.
full paisa.
Jeez.
Oh my
You guys
God.
are taking over.
What about you,
You'll
Bonnie?
never guess. Take a guess.
No, she already told me, but
Oh.
I need her to say it on the air.
Let the public know. Dominican Cuban. Yeah.
So crazy. I never would have thought Dominican.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I'm 100% Dominican. Like, you look, put me in a group of Dominicans and you're like, oh, there you go. Makes sense. Like, straight up. Like, the way we look, the way, like, our mannerisms, I'm like, there's no denying it.
But you know, I
Yeah.
love that so much because, like, and I'm starting to find that now, like, I feel like right now there's a, like, for some time now, and it's very much deserved and given, but there's a big support between, like, black women and black women coming together and, like, supporting each other and stuff like that. Not to say that Miami Soundwave is strictly for Latinas, because it's not, but the fact that as Latinas you started it together, like, is such a beautiful thing, and I think that it being like that had to be by way of Miami, you know, because we're Latinas, we're here, and, like, you're open to having other people on, having other cultures on here in Miami. Like you said, like, we have Caribbean beats and we have just so many different cultures that come together that, like, even as your sound, like, you're consuming so much of other cultures and other people's music, and that's the beautiful thing about being here and being able to be, you know, DJs in Miami, or being able to enjoy music here, you know, because you hear things that you wouldn't probably normally hear just growing up in your
For
house.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That other people wouldn't even have, like, the opportunity to even hear that music, like, even them living in a diverse place.
Yeah, and, like, especially for me, like, when I'm able to enjoy a song in Spanish and it's like a beautiful, like, romantic song, I'm like, man, I'm so lucky that I know Spanish, that I can enjoy something like this, you know?
100%.
So I wanted to ask you, where do you three find the benefit of being a collective, since you're each individually very successful on your own?
I really believe that there's strength in numbers, and when you see, like, because I want to say we all have, like, our own brands, and I believe, like, one of the biggest, like, I guess one of the strengths of this whole collective is when you see such strong women coming together for a mission or a cause, like, that, it makes, no pun intended, it makes waves, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, honestly, like I'll be out and people I've told PeeWee before, people would say, like, oh, you're collaborating with PeeWee, and then she's with you, and it just, like, blows people's mind. It's like, well, yeah, and then it just commands attention, you know. And Kramer has such a unique sound, and she's just starting with really getting her, well, I mean, I don't want to say you're starting to get your footing in the industry, but I mean, she's like a force.
Yeah.
So some, like, veterans partnering up with this crazy young talent. It's monumental, and I feel it. I definitely feel it in the feedback. I hear it. I see it in the feedback, and it just again commands attention.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
crazy because a lot of people, like, hit me like, yo, that Miami Soundwave thing you're doing is so dope. But it's crazy because we haven't done much, and we have so much in the works,
Yes.
you know. But people feel it. I feel it. You know, like it's something that I believed in from the minute Bernard was like, "Yo, you guys come together." I was like, "They're dope as hell."
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Let's go. You know. So
And you know, I think that it shows because when I was posting about you guys, about you girls coming on, and like in the comments and like individually, people were also messaging me like that they love you guys so much.
Yeah,
That's so
what's up.
awesome.
Shout out
Yes.
to all of you guys.
yeah,
Thank
seriously,
you.
that's amazing.
Yes,
Like,
and I'm like,
Damn, I
damn,
like your phone screen.
thank you so. Oh, it's Cardi. I love me some Cardi. Um, but no, but a lot of people were saying like that they were really excited to see this, and I think right now, like, obviously, you know, to me, like, it's March is International Women's Month, like, fuck a day type of thing.
Mhm.
Like, you know, to me, this is all the time. But the fact that I'm able to have you on and like really just have you sitting here and like really, you know, have you all talk about like your experiences, like, it's important. And I feel like a lot of people on social media and just like they're like even on like socially and just like they're waking up more to like the importance of like having female representation, having things be even, having like more of yous, of women like yous, you know, represent not only for Miami but like worldwide, like put your creativity out there, you know, like that's really important to people. So when you guys are all working, how do you think about like, okay, we're gonna do this event or I'm gonna do this individually or as Miami Soundwave? Like, how do you come up with ideas like, okay, this should be a group thing, or maybe I should just do this gig on my own? Like, how does that work? And do you pass on work to each other? Like, hey, maybe you can do this tonight. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like,
literally
a
us.
lot. And I feel like we're
Yeah.
also cool with it. Like, we just have such an ultimate trust. Like, we literally lend each other everything, like from equipment to tech stuff to even
Yeah.
music. But for the first part of the question, I would say like, if we could see it being something that's gonna benefit not only just the three of us but like women in general, like put women in a position of like having that space and having that time for people to hear them, then we'll definitely like bring Soundwave into it. But if it's just for like a little like thing that like, you know, a job or an event and like whatever, then that's, you know, we do it. But like if it's a way to make it bigger and to promote our message even bigger, and our message is like not to profit like ourselves, it's just for women in general to like gain from, you know,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah. Did anybody else want to add to that? Okay, just making sure. Before one of the last shows that we had, I had Goony on,
Yeah.
from Internet Friends.
Mhm.
And we were talking about like the queer music scene in Miami and like making visibility for like the queer music scene and him and her, all of them, as like queer DJs and having respect and having visibility and giving them their place, right? And she had mentioned to me that having resources can definitely like break or make young people coming into it or people that are established, you know, because getting a studio or getting the equipment, so like resources is something that's super important and that can be expensive in the beginning when you're getting into it. So like when it comes to resources and stuff like that, do you all rely on each other? Is there like a local plug or somewhere where you can like come on to resources quickly? Are there any local studios that like you guys want to tell us about that help people? Like,
Yeah, we got our studio. It's like right there next to Coyo and Wynwood. So if
Okay.
anybody needs studio time, you know, we're very like open to helping people out and working with people.
what's the name of it?
AG250. That's the name of the studio. You can find it AG250 Studio on Instagram or FDF Sound on Instagram.
That's Bernard?
Yeah, that's our
Okay.
studio. So we've got, you know, the record label that runs out of there. We got Soundwave, and we've got like, we had a few podcasts running out of there too. It's just an awesome space, like super central. So it's really good for anybody who needs to get some work
We're
done.
complete with vocal booth, engineer, the whole nine.
Oh yeah?
It's dope.
Very cool. I want to talk about one of the funniest events I've been to in a long time. And so
That's so awesome. Like that means so
I think
much.
you guys know what I'm talking about. And so for the record, I had gone to some of the catwalk events that Bonnie had like put on with, you know, whoever else you put it on with. And I was really into those events. And then by way of that, I saw that Laguni Chonga was coming.
Yeah.
That was Kramer's doing. Laguni Chonga, City Girls, and
Killing me.
yes.
Yes.
And so we love us some Laguni here. Okay, Amita Mondays, and obviously City Girls, Free JT. So,
Yeah.
but
Period.
so when I found out about that event, this was prior to all of us meeting. I remember that I jumped on my Instagram stories and I was like, Miami, you need to go
Yeah,
buy
I remember
tickets
that.
and support
so
I saw that.
this event because these women are putting it together. And my bitch, like when you Chongas call me, City Girls, you know, like Young Miami, I just knew that. And I guess I was so hype about it because it was such a Miami ass
Genuine, like
Yes.
some genuine Miami, especially like the girls from Miami. Like those girls are all running it in their own way.
Yep.
You know, like so hard. Like,
Yes.
so hard.
And I'm such a Miami like advocate, you know what I'm saying? So when I saw that these girls were coming, I was like, oh shit, like this is about to be crazy. Like I'm super excited for this. So who and how and what made you all think about putting on an event together like this? Bringing like Goony Chonga from California to come.
She got flued out.
She got flued out. And not only that, but doing Art Basel.
So,
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it was.
seriously, that event means so much to us.
Bro, it really does.
It means so much to us for so
It was
many
our launch
reasons.
event also.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we wanted to launch Miami Soundwave, like introduce Miami Soundwave to the world, Art Basel. That was planned back in what, like August, July?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh my God, what a
So-
story.
So I won't.
Damn, so that just gives you perspective because this happened in December.
Yeah.
And you guys were planning for
But
it.
we ended
Yeah.
up putting this party together with the City Girls in like under 2 weeks. Like literally like something less than 14 days.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we established that. So, little backstory.
Yeah,
Miami Soundwave, we came together, but we didn't know what we were doing. It was kind of like, let's go with the flow. Let's all like come together and, you
just
know,
see what happens.
How do we work? How we don't. So we were DJing together. That was like, it made no sense because we're all different vibes. So like you can't really like mesh.
Like they were trying to
The
have us, like
sets.
Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah, and it just didn't make sense. So like, you know, trial and error, we came to the conclusion that, you know what, Miami Soundwave, we need to throw events, and then through that we're gonna figure everything else out, right?
Right.
We're
Your
DJs.
project sometimes kind of lets you know what it wants to become. Same things happen to me on Mondays. I get you.
100%. So it was like very up in the air, and then that's when we were like, all right, we need to do an event, and we're gonna, you know, show Miami Soundwave to the world. Come Art Basel, because that gives us time, whatever. I won't get too into detail, but it literally, we had an event that ended up just not being in our hands.
The week before.
Yeah, like it fell through. Like we had a whole thing that we planned, that we thought we planned, and it fell through 2.5 weeks prior to Art Basel.
But you know what? Can you elaborate
God's
a little
plan.
bit on that? Because like that's part of the process. Like that's
Yeah.
you don't
I
have
mean,
to name any
no,
names
you're right,
or
you're
anything like that. But like let people know. Like,
I mean, it's the business, right? And
It's the
it's events,
business.
and you know, I'm so grateful that happened because it was a learning process, and like that's a part of it, right?
was it the venue? Was it the artist? Like
We collaborated with someone,
Okay.
with people that it was just a lot of miscommunication, and it was on our end too, you know, because we didn't, we should have done things with contracts, we should have did things more professional, but we definitely put responsibilities.
like where
in
does
people's
bond
hands.
type of thing?
Yeah, exactly. It was like the homie handshake.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have been like that when it comes to business, especially our brand. Like this was like our introduction to the world.
But you
and something.
learn this is part. You know
Exactly,
what I'm
and it was
saying?
our
Y no
first
te vuelve a
event.
pasar.
Never,
Never
never,
again.
and never. Like,
Big facts.
you know, with our next event, we're doing it completely different. You know.
Exactly.
But like I said,
So
that's
it
why I'm
fell
so
through.
grateful that it happened. But it fell through, and literally it fell through. Like we thought we had something, and then 2 weeks before, it's shot. It was out of our hands, and it's.
Can
cool.
I just interject
Yeah.
real quick?
Go ahead.
Sorry, because I want to get through this. But another thing that I also learned, because this has happened to me too, is like and this was something a mentor told me, like when it doesn't come through, like when all of the things are telling, when the universe is telling you
Meant
like
to be.
No, yeah, it's literally
let
God's
it
plan.
go,
Like,
the-
déjalo,
for
like don't
sure.
fight for it. Like when it's not happening, it happens to me when I'm doing a story like and a source and things aren't working and it's not flowing. It's déjalo, because if you force it, that's when like issues happen.
Mm-hmm.
And like you want to fight for it so bad because you're like, but my time, but this, but it's worth it, and let it go. Bro.
Yeah,
It's not
and I'm
worth it.
usually like that too, and I can say like we're all really like that. But with that event, we were so like,
We put
no, this is us. No one's gonna strip this from us. This is
Yeah.
what we wanted, you know. And like it was like months of that frustration that we're like, you know what? That the minute that it fell through, we all were like on the phone. What venue we got?
Yeah.
What resources are we gonna put together? And that's how it happened. It was like out of the stress, out of the the time
Hay que
ticking.
resolver, mi amor.
I'm telling you, we got on the phone. Shout out Jake from SQL. He was like, let's go. Let's rock. I fuck with Miami Soundwave. I could curse on this, right?
Of course.
I fuck with Miami Soundwave. let's go. Like, fuck with you girls,
No,
you
yeah.
know?
Literally
And
picked up
then
the phone and everything came together. And, like,
everything came together.
So
Literally, all the doors open. Everything that was closed before, like, when we were working with other people, like, it was just open. Fire Graba was like, let's go. Let's sponsor it. Let's go. Everybody. City Girls came through. They answered us within, like, what, 2 to 3 days?
Yeah.
Because they about their money.
Yep. PeeWee is an artist that I work with personally, so I
Yeah.
was like, if she represents Miami, let's go. And then she was really rooting for Goony Chonga. I'm not gonna lie, I was really weird about it.
Yeah.
I was like,
I had to fight for it, but
she fought for her, and I'm so happy she did
it
it.
was super lit.
Yeah. So.
And let's not forget also
Oh,
local.
welcome to the show, Bonnie.
No.
Okay, you don't go for it.
Let the ladies talk. We can't forget also the local support that we had.
That we had.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Yes.
You know, so it wasn't just like throwing.
Shout out Gasm.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Al. Shout out Pam
Yes.
Jones, Izzy
Yes.
B.
Yes.
Yeah, like 4 other girls.
Literally all local Miami, amazing girls who
All
are doing amazing
women,
things for
like-
Miami, and all in their own respective collectives, you know, genres, all of that. We had like some awesome support, which we were so thankful for. All the women who came out and you know, like made it
Yeah.
a bigger thing than it was.
Yeah.
No, literally, like I don't think any of us expected that.
Let me tell you, there
we
was
couldn't
so
have done
much
it without
ass thrown that night. We were all twerking all over the place. And let me tell you, that was such a beautiful night.
That literally means so much to all
Wow,
of
that
us,
means
for
so,
real.
like I could cry right now, seriously.
And let me
'cause
tell
you
you,
don't
I
even know.
remember looking around. I might have video that I'll probably send y'all later of girls like rapping like word for word, including me, like to Goony Chonga, 2 City Girls. And the craziest part was that I had put my wife onto City Girls because I was like, you have to listen to this. Like, they're from Miami. Like, this is so great, whatever. And she knew, she been on that I love Goony Chonga. So when she sang my song, she was like, she came running because I was at the front. And she was like, your song, babe, your song. Like, she was mad proud. But we were talking about it earlier. Like, you know, Goony Chonga is from Miami, but she has like a particular sound. She has a particular style. Her social media is very particular. She like reps the Chonga thing, which is not such a big wave now here. It's kind of like slowly coming back, but not even really. Like, it's very particular. So what made you want to fight for her, Kramer? Like, why'd you
So-
have her?
So like I wanted the event to be like completely inclusive for like all types of girls, like, you know what I mean?
Yes, and that was
like,
such a good
Yeah.
move. That was such
because
a
we
good
already
move.
had we had the City Girls, we had PeeWee, then we had like these awesome girl DJs who were playing like dance music and stuff like outside. Outside was like a whole dance club. So I was like, fuck, like I feel like we're still needing something. So we were looking at like some other girls like Rico Nasty, like other like dope girls who are just in their own lane in
Yep.
music that can kind of represent alternative.
Yep,
Like,
not
the
all
girl-
the way hip hop.
Right.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
I've known about her for a really long time, since maybe like 13 or 14, 2013 or 14. Shit, I was probably also 13 or 14 when I found out about her. But
I was thinking the same. Like,
you know,
she was 13.
I was definitely like a freshman in high school. But I was like, yo, like I feel like I should get her, because you know, I listen to her music. I know people who listen to her music. I know she like used to run with a lot of the people that I used to run with too. So I was like, you know, like she would be super dope. I sent her an email and she like, we got on the phone, we put it together, and I was so happy because she really brought out like a ton of people who wouldn't have been there without her. You know, people really came to see her, to support her.
Yes.
I love her sound. I
No,
love her
she
energy.
really had.
She killed
What?
it.
Fans.
She killed it. She had
Yeah.
fans
I
out
was
there.
there
It was
for
deep.
her. I
It
was
deep.
happy to see City Girls, but of course I was there, City Girls, yeah, but I was there for her, like,
Yeah.
cause you know, like I said, she's in LA. Like I told you earlier before the show, when am I gonna get a chance to really see her? I wanted to have her
And
on
she
Meet the
hadn't,
Mondays
she
for a
hadn't been
minute.
to Miami
It's hard.
since, I think she told me, like, maybe, like, since she left here. So she hadn't really been back to perform. I know she's super successful. Like, she's on tour soon, I think, in,
Spain,
like,
I think
in Spain,
she's
Barcelona, Europe. Like, she's
I love
popping
that.
out
So
there.
good
Like,
for her, man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think even, like, Argentina, I think she's doing, like, all those concerts out there.
Yeah.
With a ton of other awesome girls, like Zowie and, Bad Gal and all these other girls who are super, super dope.
I'm so glad that event came together for you all.
No, yeah, it was super
No,
super
like,
monumental for us.
Effortlessly, like
That's
it was
beautiful.
literally like just getting away from the energy that you don't need, and then
Yeah.
everything just flows, you know. Like-
Exactly, because that's when you walk in purpose, those things start just.
1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000,000%.
Let me ask you this: is Miami a good city to be a female DJ?
Yes, it's wide open right now. It's
Yeah.
wide open. I mean,
PeeWee
what do you
says
guys think?
yes. Yeah.
I say yeah. I mean, it's good to be a female anywhere because we just have divine power. You know what I mean?
Can we get it?
Yeah.
But in Miami,
but like, I see what you're asking. I understand the question. I'm not gonna be like a head ass and be like, divine power, feminine energy, which is true. But like, yeah, I mean, first of all, we're an entertainment-based city. You know what I mean? People come here to party. Why not be like sexy in your energy and promote that? People want to see you. People want that energy from you. You know. Yeah. Definitely, hands down, we're better than men, like, all the way around. Like,
Bonnie aquí abriendo los ojos.
No, but, like, it's feminine energy. It doesn't mean, how you come across to people. It doesn't mean...
It's our sauce.
Yeah, it really is. It's just, in the way that we breathe.
I think DJing, too, is also becoming, like... Because before it was really, like, your technical skills and all that, and it wasn't necessarily how you are as a brand.
Right.
And, like, now it's becoming both.
Yes.
Like, you have to be a look and be technically sound.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I wanted to ask about that. So, Bonnie, is Miami a good city to be a woman DJ? But just yes or no, do you feel like it is?
I mean, I feel like
honest.
You create your own opportunities.
Yes. I love that you said that. Yep.
It's really, that's it. You know what I mean?
You can be in Iowa and kill it.
Yeah, for sure. And, and every market has its pros and cons, and you just got to work and kind of weave your way through it.
Yep.
In Miami, Miami is Miami.
Yeah.
Like P mentioned earlier, you do have to have a look with your brand and a sound. Mm-hmm. And if you got the look, your brand will move through the city.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. Everything has pros and cons.
Can I put you on the spot a little bit? Respectfully so.
Respectfully
so. Respectfully so. Is Miami a good city to be a queer female DJ?
That's a good question.
Thank you, sis.
To be...
Be honest, please.
The thing is, Miami's very diverse now, so there's different pockets where you can play and really like flourish. There's that whole the queer music scene that's coming up, that's been coming up for years, and then there's the more, I guess, mainstream. Same thing applies, same answer. It's just you really create your own opportunities. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm fortunate to have garnered some people's attention that haven't really even bothered to book women at all, period. Okay. So being a queer woman, it's like, okay, I'm doing something right. And it also proves that if you just, like PeeWee said, if you have a good brand, you have a good sound, and also you work diligently on your craft,
yep,
you will get far.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Just pave the way. Pave the way.
For sure.
That's it.
So back to what PeeWee was saying. Do you feel like there's more pressure as a woman to look a certain way? What? Because you're also hosting, you're also DJing, and you take, and especially your brand too, like all of you do too, but I've noticed it specifically in yours, that you get on the mic. Like I've been to the event at Brick House, and you get on the mic, like you really like direct the vibes, and of course obviously we're all looking at the DJ, we're like, you really command that space. And obviously I follow you on Instagram, and I've seen that sometimes like you go and you get like your massages on your tummy, and you do you really work on your physique, because you want to keep up with that brand.
For sure.
You feel that pressure?
For sure. If it weren't for this DJ stuff, I would never have my nails done.
Which I love, by the way. That number is cute.
I know. I saw yours.
I gotta do that. That's good.
But I'm the ultimate tomboy. Like,
okay.
I'm originally a basketball player. Got injured. That's why I'm a DJ now. Like,
okay.
So, but yes, I definitely feel that pressure. Like, it is what it is. Like I used to be not as on point, and I saw, like, even though I was taking DJing serious, people weren't necessarily taking me as serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Elaborate. What you mean? Like you're following your gigs?
Yeah, like I just felt like even like with club owners, they look at you like a piece of meat. Okay. Not all of them, but there's a lot that do, right?
Okay.
So it's like.
Would you say most of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
More Miami.
Okay.
A lot,
I mean, sex always sells.
For sure. So like the more on point I was as far as like my look, the more serious they took me, and they're like, okay, well, this girl not only can DJ and be on the mic, she also got a look, because they're booking models, they're booking these these girls to just be at a table. So it's like now you're becoming an asset as a DJ. You're doing all those services in one. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, yes, I do feel that pressure, but I like it too because when I feel fly and I feel good, I DJ better.
Okay.
So that pressure is good because it puts a fire under my ass. So,
yes.
You know.
Yeah, I feel that. Kramer, what about you? Do you feel like that pressure to be on point or to look a certain way?
Super like perezosa. I'm pretty lazy with like my entire swag. I'm just very laid back. So no, like that's one thing that being in Soundwave has inspired me so much. Like working with these two women who are literally so similar but so different at the same time. Really inspire me so much because like they just like constantly inspire me to get my game up, keep my game up, and work like that. Because like just because I guess I was younger, I would never like really go out and like see like a lot of this stuff. So it just inspired me. So I don't really know how to answer that question, to be honest.
No, it's okay.
I just be wearing the same shorts, the same dirty ass shoes. If anybody wants to send me clothes, like y'all can do that.
Let me also say too, a mistake I made when I first started, right? So I would try to like take like these like bikini pictures and like these like that posts, you know?
Well, I saw your bikini picture in that 2-piece with the long sleeve girl. The green one was my favorite.
Because now it's like, you know what? Because I for a while wasn't doing that on purpose. You know?
So in the beginning, you were trying to do that?
Yeah, like very, very, very beginning. Like even before I was really getting gigs. Like I was like, okay, let me get like the likes on IG and all that. And then I realized I was like, the people that are contacting me or even want to talk to me are like really bad intentions. Like they just trying to smash. Yeah. So I was like, let me really focus on the craft.
Okay.
And in that time, I was really not on my game. Nails never done, whatever, all that, you know? So I got to really, like, hone my skills and have people respect me. Yes. And then when I got that respect as a DJ, that's when I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get fly now. I'm going to feel sexy. But that doesn't mean my ass has to be out. And even though we're throwing a lingerie party, my ass going to be out then. And we'll talk about that. Yeah. That's just, you know, a select, you know, event. But I just want to say that, and there's a message for everybody, you do not have to do whole shit to get far in your career. You do not have to look like a thought on Instagram to get gigs. You know, to hone your skills and then match the fly, you know? Like, that's it. I just want that to be a PSA.
Thank you. I like that. No, I
just have to embrace yourself, your sexuality, and all of that, you know what I mean? Like, that's really what it's about. Like, PeeWee's beautiful, Bonnie's beautiful. They harness
all you guys.
Kramer's
some bad bitches.
We're all beautiful.
Yeah, bitches is so bad. I be, like, crushing over them all the time. People think Bonnie's my girlfriend. It's so funny.
But, you know, but really piggybacking off what Kramer said, it really is like owning yourself.
Yes.
And what ends up happening is people just they gravitate towards anything that's genuine and raw.
Yep.
Like Kramer, they're like their essence, they're genuinely them. They're not trying to be anybody else but them. And people fuck with that. Yeah. Same thing with me. Like also I also tried, I went through the motions too to look a certain way and look like this and look like that, and then it doesn't
you can't be what people expect you to do. You know what I mean? Because then you're just not being yourself, and then what's the point of doing anything if you're not being true to like what's important to you?
For sure. Do you feel respected when you're in these spaces, when you're in these venues?
Now.
You don't? No, PeeWee?
No, now I do.
Now you do.
Yeah, for sure now.
For sure. Yeah. I didn't for a very long time. But it was cool. I mean, because I had to earn my stripes. We all do. Yeah. We all climbing that ladder. Mm-hmm. You a little jitterbug. You know, just because you're a girl, that don't give you leverage. And I didn't want that leverage. And I don't think anybody else wanted that leverage here. Mm-mm. You know, so now I'm feeling it because it's like, now people are like, yo, PeeWee could DJ. Kramer could DJ. Bonnie could DJ. You know what I mean? Like, that's the first thing someone says. And then they're like, and she got a little booty back there too. But that's not the first thing they say. Yeah. You know, so that's me.
Okay. No, I like that.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You all feel respected for sure. Yeah. What does earning your stripes look like though in this career? Like, does it mean like getting better pay? Does it mean getting better set times?
Definitely getting good pay, because you know, like they think that we're just ready to like work. Nah, like you know even top famous actresses and stuff like still aren't getting paid as much as their male like. What's it called? Like the
counterparts?
Yeah, counterparts. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's definitely like a struggle today, even for the highest paid actresses, you know what I mean? So it's just about knowing your worth and going from there.
But I also think too, that to earn your stripes, you gotta do.
You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in that legwork. Yeah,
you gotta put in that work, and a lot of people like
You were gonna say those free.
Yeah, you gotta do some free gigs sometimes. You know, like, and it's not for the look, it's for the practice.
Or for maybe you might meet someone. Maybe you don't know where you might be.
Literally, I'll tell you, of all the gigs I've done, I'll say the gigs that I've probably done for, like, more of a favor, like, it wasn't free, but it was like, you know what, I got you, whatever. I made the most connections from, and I get, you guys could say the same thing, you know, like,
that happens.
And you gotta put in that work.
Yeah.
You gotta put in that work.
Sure.
You can't skip steps.
But it gets to a point after a while that you're like, how Cardi said,
No,
like,
yeah,
I don't do nothing for free.
But you'll know that point. You'll know that point.
You'll know that point, exactly.
You promote yourself. You'll be
Yeah.
like, you know what? Okay, my value's here. I've done this and this. I put my legwork. Now I'm putting myself here. But you gotta be smart too.
You just,
Of course.
what I was
Yeah.
trying to say, like, what I meant is, like, you can't think that somebody reaching out to you is like them doing you a favor. Like, it's never like that.
Never, yeah.
It's, you're not doing me a favor. We're here. There's women who are working, and we're gonna continue to work. We don't need you. You know what I mean? Like, we're making our own space, and that's one thing that I think is super important with Soundwave is, and not that people aren't accepting of female DJs, because it's not like the craziest concept. You know what I mean?
Of
but
course.
like, we're making our own space regardless.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So
That's why
when
we're
I
doing this
had
lingerie event.
when I had the guy collective that I had here, the guys from the Love Below, a good gig or something, let's say, starts at like $500 for a night, for a couple of hours, let's say, like from 7 to 10. Is that the same for women? Like, would you guys say $500 is good for a night?
Yeah,
like 7 to 10?
Yeah, for sure, that's good. But yeah, they try to get you because you're a girl.
Yeah, that's what I was
like,
gonna say.
They really think that they're
sure.
doing us a
For
favor.
sure,
We're
yeah.
literally not doing any.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing about the DJ game is not just girls. It's a lot of DJs are undercutting each other and they're fucking up the game because, yeah, like our standard price is $500 and that's great, right? But there'll be a DJ who wants to be put on so bad, they'll be like, yo, I'll either do it for free or I'll do it for $100. Don't worry, I'll do the whole night for $100. So then that starts making
Devalues the work among other DJs.
And
Because
that's
then
a
they're
big
like, well,
problem.
this person charged 100, that person charged 150, that person.
That literally, that's
And
a big
you
issue.
really
That's
get
not a
what you
girl
pay for.
guy. Yeah, that's not girl guy or any. That's not. It's literally the DJ world. That's like a big issue right now. So
Yeah, to go off of what P said, I think also why, as women, we get approached with a smaller number is because they already. I don't know. I don't want to put it out there, but I think it's that whole notion of she's all right. She's an all right DJ, but she looks dope.
Yep.
So I want her at my party. No. It's that I technically my skills are there as anybody, as any male or other professional female counterpart, and I have a brand.
Yeah.
So I need to be paid accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like these venues, they know you get what you pay for. You get one of these DJs that's $100, $200 for 6 hours a night or whatever. You're gonna get exactly that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then once you start, it's just, yeah.
But is being a DJ like a sustainable income? Like, is it a steady income? Like, would you say? Or,
Okay.
so, like, what?
I think it's really depends.
It depends
For
on-
me,
It does.
I had 5 jobs, including a full-time PR job.
Okay, I was just gonna say, do you have any current side gigs or anything like that, or are you straight DJing?
I quit everything and I'm a DJ and I make what I made with 5 jobs, if not no more. You know,
Okay.
like it's fine. But I guess it all depends. You know, like
Yeah, definitely.
what.
Right, like if you're starting off, you can't get to where you are if you're just starting off. You've built. How many years have you been DJing now?
Since 2013.
Okay, PeeWee's been DJing since 2013. You've built up. You had the 5 jobs. Now it took you these years to get to where you are now.
Mm-hmm. For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
For sure.
Does anybody else have any
I
side gigs?
sustain myself on DJing, and I mean, shit. For now, that's my plan. Like, you know, it's a beautiful thing to like work in the music industry because there's so many routes that you can take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With so many different things, especially in creative stuff. But yeah, I mean, I definitely sustain myself off. That's all I do.
Yeah,
I'm a
and you
student,
too,
so-
Bunny?
It's a big chunk of my income, but I definitely do a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because I'm at a point now, because I've been doing it for a long time,
Since when?
since 2010,
Okay.
and I'm at a point where, so my journey is different. So I started as an artist / journalist,
Okay.
got into DJing. I plateaued, and now I'm kind of on this come down, and I'm taking this opportunity to really focus back on the original motive of getting into DJing, which is creating music and playing my own music. Because for a long time in the beginning, that was my goal. My goal was to play like an original set. I didn't want to be a circuit DJ, or I didn't want to do weddings. I didn't want to do open. I didn't want to do ladies' night.
I hate weddings.
I can't. I mean, weddings you get
They're money.
You
get
good
money.
But you have to deal with bridezillas.
Yes. Oh my God.
Bridezillas
Bridezillas
the
are literally the worst.
worst.
Oh
But
my
you guys
God.
also
No matter
have,
how
like,
cool.
you have brand partnerships too, like. You have,
Yeah, but I mean,
Bonnie kills it with that.
but it's but
Brand
it's.
Heartbeat.
But right now, I mean, I'm building also that platform too. You know,
Yeah.
it's and there's actually like kind of like an unsaid number, which is like 100K in followers in at least for Instagram.
Okay.
Really, Instagram's where it's at, and then YouTube as well. But I'm not on YouTube.
But 100K for what? To make money
Followers,
off of it?
no, to start making like good
Where you
money.
can live off it.
Yeah, because my partner works in that, and I have a lot of friends that are real influencers.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like count myself that, but whatever. I guess I'm considered a micro influencer.
Definitely.
But with 100K, you get thousands of dollars to post.
I heard it's like 1,000 per of like followers. So like if you have 100K, you can easily make 100K a year. Like, well, I've seen some YouTube videos. I mean, how that real that could be, I don't know. But back to what you were saying, you have some side gigs. You've plateaued. Like now you're coming back.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you
yeah,
wanna
now
make original music.
So yeah, I'm at a point now where, I mean, DJing is a it's a priority. It's what's gotten me this far, but I'm at a crossroads of sorts. So
Right.
now to sustain that, to sustain those other projects,
To be true to your creativity and like what makes you feel good.
yeah. I mean, I could be DJing more, but I'm doing side work.
I
It's
feel
kind
that
of
though.
easy.
I feel that, Bonnie, because like I'm originally a producer. Like that's how I got into DJing. Like because I made beats, and like I'm at that point too where I'm like, I love DJing. It's cool, but like, what did I really do this for? Like I do this to make my own music, you know, and like it's crazy because you get so caught up that you forget. And
you do.
And
you really
not
do.
only that too, but it's also like I said, like is this sustainable? Not only financially, but like health wise, like
oof.
you guys
Bro,
are
that's
like,
one
No,
thing that's
it is
major.
not.
It's not
Yeah,
healthy
that's
at all.
major. And that's why another thing that I'm gonna shout them out again. I'm so blessed to work with these two amazing
Girl,
women
be
who are
saying my
literally
age on air.
not crackheads. Like a lot of y'all out
Yeah,
here,
we don't do
especially
drugs,
in Miami, are
like,
crackheads.
Yeah.
Smoke,
Yeah, like it's hard to be healthy. You're working crazy fucking hours. You literally get home 8 in the morning. You know, the sun beats you home. You're tired. You're hungry. The food, I'm vegan. The food, late night food is terrible, especially in the city. You know what I mean? Candy, rice, and beans all day. I do. That's what I do. But damn,
Yo, I used to
there's
live
nothing
off
else to
Taco
eat.
Bell. I used to.
Like, that's literally terrible. That makes me want to throw up.
I used to. Man, my go-to was Taco Bell
anything with
after
black
my
beans.
3 a.m. gigs, and then I was telling Hannah, Kramer, DJ Kramer. I was telling Kramer the other day about this after hours gig I used to have, and yo, it was McDonald's breakfast. Like I would be
not that glamorous.
smashed, and I'm like, yo, that McGriddle dough. I'm like,
This is the thing.
It was
everybody
terrible.
sees the final product and
Terrible.
it looks great on Instagram. I even at one point I was like, I like to be a DJ because I was always like a playlist DJ. Like I'd be like, oh, this is like the music I like or these things, and it crossed my mind at one point. But like even for me, like as a journalist, and like there's just certain things that like they're not that glamorous, you know, like they're hard. And of course social media, like we only post the things that we want to see, because unless some of us want to post other things otherwise, but for the most part you're not going to put your drama or your the hardships or those are the things that you reserve for the people that love you, that will pick you up, because you can't be vulnerable and show that to everyone.
100%.
You know, some people are happy seeing you like that. So with that being said, like I do want to talk about like the mental health and like how self-care is now a thing. Like you guys are working long hours, you're working at night, like you have opposite schedules. Maybe sometimes when you'd be, you know, sleeping, like you're awake, like that changes you. You know what I'm saying? Like
100.
So let's talk about that too, because now it's a wave. There was a wave of being healers and crystals and all that. I think now we're on the wave of like women or people. Like we've always had like a big DJ scene here in Miami, and everyone is a DJ or a photographer. Some of these things, which is great that we have so many creative people. Not throwing shade, but with that being said, yeah, what are the hardships that come with these things? Like, what are the tolls that take on your body? Like, what do you want people to know before they get into this? Like, yo, this is what could happen.
I love that you're bringing this up.
Yeah, these are like really.
This
really
is
great points.
amazing because like I for a while wanted to start a website and like go in depth on how to have a healthy lifestyle, being a nightlife, not just a DJ, because there's bartenders that have the same hours.
Yeah,
There's a lot of girls,
all
you
that.
know, and like
Chefs.
and it's intense. And I just haven't committed to that because I've been unhealthy as fuck. And why am
Facts,
I gonna why am I gonna like advocate for something that I'm not living by, right?
I feel that.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
honestly,
I mean,
like that's really like in essence what it is. Like
Physically, how do you feel like it takes a toll on you?
so for me, the
You
eating
sleep
is
late.
like the main part. I've always been a night owl, so it wasn't ever like too bad for me because I've literally always had problems going to sleep early.
Yeah.
So like that part didn't really affect me too bad, but for other people it does. You know, like getting used to those hours. But for me, it's really the eating. You know, like at night there's not shit open, but horrible food. Like you
What
said,
about
you're living on Taco Bell.
But what about alcohol too?
And then
'Cause you're
alcohol,
consuming
yeah,
alcohol, too.
yeah. For
I don't
me,
drink.
she doesn't drink. Do you drink?
A little bit,
Body.
but there was a time. There was.
You could get carried away. You know what I'm saying? Even
Man,
as
I don't
someone
even know
who
how I
enjoys
would get
nightlife.
home.
I
It's
would,
terrible.
yeah,
It was
you know,
pretty
that's
terrible.
happened for sure. I mean, I'll say like of the three of us, I'm probably the one that drinks.
Okay.
Not probably. I'm the one that fucking drinks. Yeah, and I like to drink because it gets me in a vibe. You know,
For sure, yeah.
like
Sorry,
with
yeah.
DJing,
No,
it's
please.
like you know, like I'll take if I'm really nervous, I won't like let it be known, but like I'll be like.
I'll rip tequila shots. What do you do? That's
Tequila,
what I do. Tequila,
before
straight to
I
tequila.
couldn't drink tequila anymore, I'd be like, round up 3 shots,
I
let's
would
go.
do two
Yeah.
before every game. And
And
then
then that's
Jameson
it. And
all
I'm
night.
DJing like I'm
goodness.
Calvin Harris and shit. You know, like, and then I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
But that's what I'm saying. But you
So-
gotta do these things
Yes.
to get you there, and then it's like it takes a toll on
it
you.
definitely does. It definitely does. Alcohol makes you ugly.
Yeah.
That
Man, it
fucks
shows up on your skin. It shows up on your
It's horrible,
skin.
and I've
y'all.
noticed it. You know, it's crazy. There's like so many things that before I started DJing full time, like these issues that I didn't have. You know, like I've always been like fairly in shape. You know, I used to work out a lot.
Are you popping?
But with DJing, like my sister, she was here the other day, and she was like, "Wow, you have like a little panza now. Like I've never seen that." And I was like, "I know."
Alright, where's she gonna stay now?
Nah.
Kicked out the crib.
Nah, she's not. We keep it 100, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, "Wow, like you have like a little panza on your stomach."
Like, that's where I came my love, girl.
I've said this is my hard work.
Yeah.
It's the sacrifice, you know. But like
That's what
that's why you
option
see
is.
me doing the belly shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to work out. But whatever. Going back to it, for me the worst part is the diet. That's like really terrible. But for others, it's sleeping.
I mean, especially being vegan, like that shit is hard, man. That's I think one of my biggest things because I
Yes.
just end up not eating.
I struggle with my veganism.
Yes, I
all
end
the
up not
time.
eating
I
too.
end up not eating.
I end up not eating.
And then you're in that cycle of like, damn,
Guys,
you know.
invest in a crock pot.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
we
the
got one.
best
It's so funny,
investment I've
Or
ever.
an air fryer.
Air
wanna
fryer.
try
I want one
it.
so
Yeah.
bad.
Listen,
the air
guys,
fryer is the truth.
I would throw everything in there.
That shit is the bomb.
All
Like
of it.
Hasta piedras.
a crock pot has saved me like so much in the last 2-3 weeks. I got one and it's helped me because like if I'm working, I just have the crock pot on. I come home and there's food ready.
But what about how people talk about like mental health, like any how do you guys decompress? Like,
Oh.
and if you don't, that's okay because I don't meditate, but I'm sure it like right now there's a free like Deepak and Oprah show. What is it, Deepak and Oprah?
Mhm.
Free meditation, like free 21-day meditation, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna get into that, like these 21 days.
I think you definitely
Just to
need
help.
to decompress.
Exercising is what helps me deal with everything that I
Yes.
deal with.
And I haven't been able to fuck.
No, but if there's any little thing like crockpot for you works and the diet for you, so if there's any little like tidbits out here that we could like let people know for self-care and nightlife and anything to just get it together.
Definitely working out. I'm getting back into. I used to be really big on that, and then I started feeling sluggish and just sad and just I've been on this weird wave lately. Definitely working out for an hour at minimum every day or at least 6 days a week helps, along with a 10-minute to 15-minute meditation.
For sure.
Like I need to meditate. If I don't meditate for maybe, I'm gonna tell you right now, 2-3 days straight, I'm a bitch. I forget. I need to align. I need to like. It really helps me. It really helps center myself.
That's
I mean,
real.
everybody has their thing, but it's something that I've always done since I was very young, and it's something that's true to me. And if I skip that,
Yeah,
forget it.
sure.
Everything goes down the drain.
For sure.
Everything.
I'm really I'm like a prayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
like,
meditation.
Yeah.
that
And
is.
and
That
I
is.
pray for someone in my life introduced that to me. I'm so grateful for them.
Yeah.
Before I leave my house, I pray.
Yeah.
Before I eat, I pray.
Yeah.
You know, and like that really helps.
Yeah.
But I would say for me, like what keeps me really fucking sane is when I'm home, I don't have my phone on me. Like, she calls me all the time and I probably don't answer half the time.
My wife at home is probably clapping for you right now with that phone shit, because that shit is crazy.
Listen.
Es una adicción horrible.
No, it's
it
horrible.
is.
It's horrible. Look, I have Grand Theft Auto, every single one on my phone. That's, like, what consumes me the most. Like, I play
She
Grand
been
Theft Auto.
Candy Crush and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, are you being for real right now?
I play games on my phone. I really try not to be, like, consumed with Instagram, because that shit makes me depressed.
Yeah.
That gives me anxiety. That's what really fucks with me, you know? So, like, with
phone.
that helps me. And having a whole day just, like, yo, I don't want to deal with anybody's shit today. Like, you know? Like, keeping everything really separate. Like, when I'm in the club, this is what I am. I'm around all this energy, because you got to take the bad energy, too, while you're there. You know how to block it. And then you go home into your space and cut all that shit off, you know? So that's what helps me.
Man, 100% what PeeWee said about social media, and you really, especially this day and age, with all the information that's being thrown at us, and as being women, and being some of us being queer, or being a person of color, we have to deal with so much. And then you have this like mental like thing, like this little silent, like this little like hamster on a wheel that's always going in your head. You have to know how to unplug.
You have to. It's really like, I feel like that has helped me just calm down, bro.
Well,
like,
I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm so glad we talked about this.
Yeah, it's really
important things to talk about.
Yeah. And I have to be diligent with that, especially because I just get angry at shit all the time. So even to be creative, put that phone away. Like, that's, I have to.
And you know another thing,
I charge it on the other side of the room or another room. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see what the other DJ's doing. I don't want to see what the other girl DJ or producer's doing. Because then I feel sometimes I'm falling behind. I'm like, wait.
That's what I was just going to say. And, like, turn your notifications off your phone.
I do that.
So I have it right now because I just got a new phone and I've been meaning to do it. But, like, it's the best. Take that shit off. And I'll say that with social media, I'm not a hater at all. Like, I grew up with sisters, and my parents like are always like, all you guys each other. So I've always been in like a team demographic, like you know, growing up with them, whatever. But like, I've noticed that when I was really heavy on like my phone and on Instagram, I'll be a hater. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's like almost like
and that's one thing that I kind of did want to talk about today. Continue, but
no, I was just saying, like, the being on it, you're just like, oh, like, fuck, why can't I look like that? It was just like a lot of bad energy that you don't even want. That is like, cutting that off, making like that separation has really helped.
I think it's so unfortunate that like societal, the way that like women are conditioned, like as a child growing up, like that we're just always in our head. It's like to compete. Like, you gotta be the bitch on top. Like, you have to be this, you have to be that. Yeah. It's not that. The second that you step back and you're not intimidated or you're not insecure, we're all just gonna grow, you know what I mean? And we're only gonna help each other grow even further from that. Like, it's about stepping back from, like, society's view on how you as a woman should be. Nobody's here to tell you how you should be. You gotta just live your own truth and live your own life. So that's, like, I think for me, like, it's really about the mindset. Because, like, I literally don't care. Like, if you're doing good, I'm happy for you. That's good. I want you to do good, you know what I mean?
And doesn't it make you feel stronger?
It does. Because why do I have to impress that somebody? I'm literally only going to be happy for you. You know what I mean?
And that's why this all comes full circle. Because
and it really does.
That's why you guys are Miami Soundwave. Like, to me, Miami's first female DJ collective. Like, you know.
I'm their biggest fan. They're my biggest fan.
Yeah, we all literally ride for each other.
So you know how they say, like, your girl gang or, like, your girl tribe, or you're just your tribe, too? Like, that's so important.
It really is.
We're going to be we're actually reaching the end of our show. But I did want to talk about this Friday's event. So tell me about that. Maybe your next event. Yeah. Friday, lingerie.
I'm so excited about
this. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Miami Music Week. So it's been since Art Basel that we haven't done an event. So it was like sense of urgency. Like, yo, we got to kill it for Miami Music Week. Yeah. So
and that's coming next week, no?
This week.
This week. It starts this week. It started already today, right?
Okay. Technically
like Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, we plan to party within 2 weeks. It's like a fad, but it's cool because everything kind of like, what is it, like pressure makes people work better sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's us. But shout out to Shush Lounge,
South Beach.
Yes. Okay. And at the Franklin Hotel on 9th and Collins. Probably my favorite venue right now for sure. From the staff to just the whole ambiance there. They opened their arms to Miami Soundwave. They've been trying to fuck with us for a while. Like, they're super excited. So, we came at them like, hey, we want to throw a Miami Music Week event. We know it's last minute. They're like, let's rock.
So it's happening this Friday.
Yeah.
From
It's
3 to
Shush
5.
Shush.
But the club opens.
Well, no, 3 to whenever.
Okay.
3 to probably 7:30. Yeah. They stopped
Yay.
serving liquor at 5, but we're
bottles.
yeah, we gonna figure that out. But it's a lingerie party thrown by girls.
4 girls.
Four
Thrown by women,
girls.
4 women. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
like it's not like I feel like every lingerie party I've ever been invited to,
It's
it's
so
always
I
like
never go to that shit.
it's exploitative because it is, because you feel like, you know, like you're. Like,
let's keep it 100. It's
on
like a
display.
fuck party.
Yep.
It's like guys who throw it that are like, what's good? Like, you're naked already,
Yeah.
let's get it popping. Like, no, it's
we
not
want all
that.
girls to come out, you know, all girls who look like all different things to come out, feel comfortable, be happy, feel sexy.
Take your
and
Instagram
be with your girls.
picture,
Take
yeah.
your pics. Be with your girls. Like, this is for the girls. Like, ladies dressed in lingerie getting free. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're here to have a fun time. It's gonna be like a little slumber party vibe.
No creepy shit.
And
Yeah.
for more info on that, they can go to no creepy shit.
Yeah.
Our Instagram,
Hashtag.
Miami Soundwave.
At Miami Soundwave.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then can
And
you
bio.
all let me know how people can stay in touch with you? Like, can everybody just go around and give your individual handles?
Yeah,
Bonnie,
our
you go
individual?
first?
At Bonnie Beats, all across the board.
All right, cool.
That's it.
I'm DJ Kramer, Kramer, and then another R, so it's DJ Kramer with 2 R's.
All right, cool.
And I'm PXWeezy, PEEXWEEZY on everything.
I'm so happy to have you girls.
This was an awesome time.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having us.
No, we had definitely an hour goes by so quick. I appreciate you all so much.
We
know,
appreciate
looking
you.
at the clock,
No,
I'm
this
like,
was this was so fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you all for tuning in to Meet Them Mondays. You know that this month, March, is our International Women's Month. So tune back in on Monday, April 8th for a new episode on urban party culture in Miami. And Monday, April 22nd for a new Meet Them Mondays as well. Follow us on social media at Meet Them Mondays. I'm your host, Cristian Portilla, at Room Free Rights. And if you like what you hear, then share an episode with your friends or support the Meet Them Mondays mission. We would really appreciate a Patreon contribution. So head to patreon.com/Room Free Rights or subscribe on all streaming platforms. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you, girls. We're still live on Facebook, FYI. So
Okay.
everybody always forgets that. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This is Miami Soundwave. At Miami Soundwave, they have their event this Friday. So tickets free if you go
In
in lingerie.
And don't be shy. It's not weird. Promise.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
like-
But no,
It's literally
no
that.
creepy shit.
No
yeah,
creepy
no
shit.
Hashtag
creepy
no
shit.
creepy shit.
We will all be in
I'm gonna be at
lingerie.
the door like.
yeah, rooting for
Fighting
you,
them.
and you don't gotta be skinny mini. We love all sides.
We love our panzas.
Yes,
We
yes.
love our panzas. So
Y'all
you're
don't
saying
love
shit
our
like that together.
DJ Panza.
Y'all can see my kangaroo pouch.
For real. DJ Panza.
Lies. None of these girls.
John, will you? Enough for me.